your corporate job was a business, would you still take the deal, especially if you're a Gen Xer? Think about it. When I was in corporate, I never really thought about running my career as a business. I thought about, hey, salary and benefits. This is the type of work I do. Maybe I was going to be looking at the company, right? Is the name going to give me some future leverage somewhere down the road? But that's about it. I never factored in the other costs, such as, the time cost. If you were commuting, right? One job I had was 45 minutes each way. That's 90 minutes a day that I was giving up on time. Plus the opportunity cost within the current job, right? If you're in unnecessary meetings, the work of work. I've talked about this before. I mean, it could be up 70% of your day. But do you factor that into your equation? And, there's a happiness cost. Do you even like what you're doing? Do you like the people that you're working with? And if you were a business owner, you would absolutely factor in the risk, right, of having one customer. I don't think there's a business owner, or not a successful business owner, that would build an entire business around one customer, because that customer goes away, then you're out of luck, right? I think you're trying to get to 50%, maybe one customer of your revenue, and diversify beyond it. But besides that, we haven't even talked about the risk factor of this, right? I mean, you think it's risky going out on your own, but the fact is, as a Gen Xer, you've got a better chance than most of getting laid off because you're expensive. And then if you do get laid off, trying to find that next job, right, with ageism and everything else, that is absolutely real. You may be looking at another 12 months. Do you factor that into your equation? So if you're going to build and run your career like a business, which I highly recommend, I wish I would have done this before, you factor all of this in there, and does it make sense? You may run the numbers and say, yeah, it still does make sense for me to do the corporate career. You may have a need for a certain level of benefits, but I think you would approach it differently. Are you trading too much time? Is there a way you can cut back? And more importantly, is there a way you can kind of diversify your income a little bit? Can you add a customer, a side customer, a mentor, an advisory, a coaching type of opportunity? There's 14 different ways you can monetize your corporate experience. So if you're going to stay in corporate, again, I'm advocating look at life outside of corporate, because someday it's going to end. But if you are going to stay in, rethink about and reframe the way you approach it, and maybe you'll make some better decisions and hopefully diversify the risk a little bit. And if you are one of those Gen Xers that are curious and the numbers don't add up, we've got a number of resources to help you figure out what's there for you after corporate. I've got a starter kit that's absolutely free, and we also have a community of almost 1,700 other Gen Xers that are either out of corporate or looking to make their way out of corporate. Again, it may not be right for you, but it doesn't cost anything to educate yourself, so I highly encourage everyone to do that. You can find the links in my profile. Just click there, and if you're still in corporate, good luck.